This feels so weird because we're not like.
No.
Wait, do you have a revelation?
My broken ass fingers.
Do you got a revelation? Woo, woo.
No.
Let me see if I got a revelation based upon some tweets.
No.
Woo,
do you have a revelation?
No. Okay. I wanted
trying to think of something to come now, y'all.
It's okay. Currently, E is showing us her missing.
Y'all see?
Well, if they're listening,
but you should be watching.
Period. Both. But currently, she's showcasing her 2 missing middle fingers. It's time for a nail appointment for us all.
They coming off so painful too.
That might be a word in itself. Honestly. When you're feeling like, it's just as a feeling when you're broken, when you have something that's missing, you're like, damn, I really want to get this shit fixed. And until you get it fixed, it's like that looming thing. You know what I mean? Maybe that wasn't really that much of a word, but I felt it at first.
Okay, she was on her charity green leaf. Okay, she should ask for a series. Okay, but Daddy, I want to preach a series. Y'all, I just honestly, if we're gonna have this is revelations, is what we call it. Let's have some revelations here. Today, I had the revelation that, I could be like single, like I could be like a permanent auntie, for the rest of my life. That's
a true revelation to have. Oh, that's what it was. That's what I tweeted about today.
And it's like, could I begin to think to be okay with that?
Maybe. It's my peace of mind that keeps me thinking it's possible.
It's just the more niggas nig, the more that they nig, the more that I begin to say, you know what? I don't have to deal with this if I don't want to.
Facts. Well, if you get that low, make sure you come up to the mic.
Oh, I don't have to do that if I don't want to. And so, yeah.
So you just might not.
I just might not.
No, that's a great revelation to have. I actually was talking to...
And it's not that I want to at all. Like, listen.
What? Oh, not that you want to be single?
Exactly.
Right.
But, like, I'm cool.
Well, I was talking to Twitter earlier about how, like, well, basically I said, do you mean to tell me I'm supposed to be with one person for the rest of my life? It sounds pretty mundane. Mm-hmm. It sounds boring to me. Like, it doesn't sound like that's much fun. And of course, the response was, are you trying to live a polyamorous life, or are you just opposed to marriage? I'm like, see, we ain't got to get into all the semantics. Right. All I'm saying is, I believe in soulmates, and I believe in like adapting with flow. You know what I mean? Like, so if in that period of time, this is what we decide upon, but I don't know about marriage these days. I'm just like, I might really be okay with just being with myself and having soul ties when I want them.
That's soul ties.
That's what it is. That's what they become. They become soul ties. They become like, like I believe in soulmates, and we can have multiple. We don't have to have one. Yeah. I would like to have one and somebody to convince me that this is like the thing to do. Like, we really love each other so much that we're going to be together forever. But if that don't happen, the same with your revelation today, it's like, maybe I'm okay with just being an individual.
Maybe. I mean, because it really comes down to the fact that, like, to a fault, like, I'm going to always treat myself. Like,
not I'm going to always treat. What does that mean?
Like, because sometimes, you be like, I don't need this, but
I'm going to get it anyway.
Like, that's when it's like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
But, like, I haven't come across anybody that's going to take care of me like I take care of me.
Facts. Period. Because I like luxury. I like nice things.
And, I like doing things for myself. Like,
I feel that.
I just feel like if I'm not feeling my best, then I can't put my best into the world.
Facts.
You know,
or what's the point in doing? What's the point in putting anything into the world if I'm not my best? Yeah, like you shouldn't put anything into the world if you're not fully
right.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, life is so short. Why am I not enjoying it to the fullest?
That's what I think. My mom just realized. Why? We had that conversation. She's like, "Yeah, I realized."
And within reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here buying fucking Gucci bags.
Right? Exactly.
Like,
not yet.
Not yet. It's coming.
I'm definitely. I'm about to have all the vintage designer.
Man.
I want all the vintage designer. Like, I be following all them pages. Like, one day,
girl.
And they be inexpensive, but I'm just like, I can't spend $300 to $500 right now on this one bag. Like, that's so stupid. But one day,
3 to 5. See you. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But for the event, like, you know, I be following the little. They be thrifty finds. There's something wrong with the piece, but I like those types of pieces. Like, I'm not really trying to buy like one day. Too, I would like brand new Gucci bags as well. But I'm just saying, I can't even do the vintage right now. So don't look. I'm not recklessly spending, but I do believe luxury comes in different forms. So that's taking care of yourself, and you got to do it. If that means taking a trip to Miami because you found a round trip for $50, then do that.
And that's the crazy thing. I don't even be doing shit like that.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that's like on the low end of what you can do for yourself.
Right.
And if somebody else not doing that for me, then why not just do it for myself? Right. Well, hopefully there's love out there. We didn't want that to be, you know,
there's hope.
There is hope.
You know, it doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. And you better thank God
for that.
Okay. So,
hey, girlfriend.
Hey, girlfriend.
Look at y'all. We in person.
This is not the right angle.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I was trying to do the Charlie's Angels like the right. You pick a pose, I pick a pose. Yeah, we're in person. Hey, girlfriends out there. Yes, it's Sammy.
Let's see.
And we're back for another episode live. Not really live, but in person. I'm so happy to not be over
Zoom. Hours from when y'all gonna see it anyway. So shit. It was recent.
Very recent. Yeah, what's up? You got WCW this week?
Man, do you have one?
Talk about, do you have one? Pulls out phone. Yeah, I'll say Naomi Osaka is my WCW. Yes, I love that picture of her and YBN Corday with he got the middle fingers up. It was just such a black moment.
That video of him like, can I be in it? Can I be in it?
Oh yeah, yeah, like
okay. All right.
Me. I don't know what to do with my hands. If you don't know that reference, then are you watching the right show right now?
If you've never seen Ricky Bobby, what are you doing?
So I realized that everybody hasn't seen Semi-Pro.
What?
Andre 3000, Will Ferrell, like a classic.
That was when
Baby,
Will Ferrell,
won't you love me sexy? Love me sexy. I'm so happy you saw that. Won't you lick me sexy? Lick me sexy.
Take off your shoes and
take off your shoes and that's hilarious.
And Patti LaBelle was his mama.
Oh yeah, Patti LaBelle was his mama in heaven. Will Ferrell's mama.
Yes,
that's what made it hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Semi-Pro, if you haven't seen any of Will Ferrell's, all of Will Ferrell's
comedies.
Oh yeah,
he did all the sports
comedies.
He had soccer.
Yeah,
kicking and screaming.
And
Semi-Pro,
and then what's
Blades of Glory?
Blades of Glory. He went into ice skating.
Yes, versatile. Oh, sorry. I was like, what is this? Is there a critter in here?
I got on joggers and I'm scratching my mosquito bite.
The swish swish
fans. The swish swish fans. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Naomi Osaka is my WCW. Naomi Osaka is my WCW because obviously she's amazing. And I love that. I mean, she just won the US Open, yes. Mm-hmm. And that's a major accomplishment in itself. But aside from that, she is an advocate, an activist, and she's using her platform to do what needs to be done, the Lord's work. So I appreciate sis and being so young, and just like, that's why I mentioned YB and Corday, like they're both really positive role models. Like they remind me of the like Yara Shahidis and like whatever. They're so authentically themselves. Like the younger generation, to be honest, like on down from that generation to like Ari and them, like they're gonna be more than trailblazers. Like they're gonna do some really, they already doing, is my point. They're so really aware.
I have hope for them. Like,
I do. At first,
the ones like directly up under us,
nah,
like, y'all are kind of crazy,
goofy,
but
because they
y'all
were like
little sisters and brothers,
yeah, they got it right.
They the ones.
They got it right. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Naomi.
That's beautiful.
And she shares the name with my late grandmother. So I always feel like a sort of, it's funny because I posted her on my story, and Dame Pumpkin, he DM'd me and was like, y'all kind of look alike. And I was like, it's because we light skinned with curly hair here and there. I'm like, we do not look alike, but sis is gorgeous nonetheless. But I always think of her because of my grandmother. Beautiful. Or I always think of my grandmother when I hear her name. Yes. Do you have a WCW to share?
I do have a WCW to share.
You made it seem like you had one.
I needed to like just pull
out the
materials
up. The materials.
But yes, so forever auntie, forever girlfriend, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Yes, you know I love her.
Not only because Girlfriends is finally on Netflix, which we will get into, I'm sure, later. But because she just signed an overall deal with ABC, and she will have her own production, like she'll have her own signature production company, like underneath, you know.
Fire.
Yeah. Bomb. It's called Joy Mill Entertainment.
Joy Mill.
So congrats to her. She said Joy Mill Entertainment, my production company, is committed to amplifying multi-layered stories that reframe assumptions about how we see ourselves and each other.
Nice.
She says our stories will reflect humanity in their narratives, encouraging boundless freedom of expression, producing content that intentionally inspires possibility and joy in order to create connection and understanding. So all of that just sounds so beautiful, and I'm excited.
I'm so excited for her. You know, I'm always excited for a boss move.
I love, deals being made.
Yes. Well, shout out to our WCWs being champions in their industries and signing inking deals. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Period. What you been on in music?
Oh, Lord, let me go to my
music app.
So, you know what I've really been loving in Apple Music? They gave you a radio station now of like all of your, so it's like a constant, just all day
of your what?
Of your like
favorites?
Like
oh, nice.
your,
I didn't know that.
When you go to radio, it gives you
E station. That's tight. You gotta go closer.
See that? Yeah. Okay. So it gives you E station or your whoever you are, your station.
Not with this like marketable smile. I love it.
But and it's really dope because it puts me onto some new stuff, but also it's like my favorites and like deep cuts that I haven't heard in a long time. Like, it's just
Apple really knows me a lot. That's why I realized that like I couldn't commit to that title stamp.
Now the crazy thing is I keep forgetting to unsubscribe, so the ancestors are getting me for my $9.99 still. It just happened the other day. And I was like, I was supposed to remember to do that.
We need to get on. Are you on the Apple Music family plan?
I'm not. Can we get on?
Guess what I'm saying? Who else want to join our Apple Music? Who wants to join our Apple Music family plan? You know, please just reach out to Girlfrans the podcast at gmail.com if you'd like to join our family plan.
Must have a Cash App, Venmo.
No, not Apple, even Venmo. We need Zelle.
Zelle, period. Okay.
Zelle
us. I don't play them games.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay.
Because that's FDIC insured, baby. Okay.
Heard.
Baby.
Have we talked about Detroit too?
No, we have not. Okay. Yes.
Let's get into it. Let me just say that I am so proud of Big Sean for consistently giving me what I need. And thank you. You know what I'm saying?
So impressed.
Really great project.
You about to lose you some battery. Sis, you want to hook you up over there?
Oh, you talking? You made it seem like we was about to.
I mean, I'm just saying, child. Lord, that's how you know she be putting her life on the line with her man.
I be at 4%. Like, we be all right.
11%. Now,
that's
listen,
not
it's really not that bad. But for the sake of the video, I was like, okay, let's just.
Oh no!
While it's up, let's just do it.
Yeah. Back to Big Sean's Detroit too. Glad we're charging again. We all good. Y'all don't worry.
Charged up.
He has a few features on here, of course, but really it's just the project for me, top to bottom. I can do it. He gave us some 2088. You know I'm here for that. He gave us Stories by Dave Chappelle and Erykah Badu.
That part. Like, literally, you know, some of y'all interludes and shit be real foolish, bro.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevlin Hardaway Morris. Nay Jackson. Or Judkins. I'm sorry. Judkins.
That's the whole name?
That Judkins was his last name. He was Stevlin Judkins. Let me make sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though.
Yo, he always knows everybody's full government name.
It's just something I was always curious about as a child. Like, I know your name.
I'm like ages,
I know your real name is not
right.
Smoke Dog, sister. Y'all been watching.
Stevie Wonder, though, it's obviously, definitely not his name.
Right.
But Futures is the best. I can't believe his name is Nate Davies.
Damon. That's my favorite
part. I like ages. I be trying to look up everybody's ages now because it's just interesting how we're really like.
Judkins, I was correct.
She had to really check. Okay, well, yeah, Stories. Let's get into the project. Stories by Stevie Wonder, Dave Chappelle, Erykah Badu, but also just really, I don't even know what my favorite song. Body Language is a great song. I do like with Ty Dolla, of course. And who else is on it? Let me tell you
something, y'all been sprinkling Ty Dolla $ign on these songs like.
You have to.
Black Instagram chefs love parsley.
He's literally, somebody said that somebody else was the hot sauce of I said, no, it's Ty Dolla $ign. You put Ty Dolla $ign on anything. Yeah. Guard Your Heart is another good one I really like. I just like the album.
And it just starts off so well for me. Like, when you could just come out the gate, like, why would I stop?
Why?
Then Lucky Me, like, it starts off. Let me tell y'all something about me and Post Malone. So I had never really known Post Malone outside of, him being like an Anglo-Saxon man who looks like he skips baths every, so often. I was secondly introduced to him on the night of Beachella when he had ran into Beyonce's Time a little bit. So, I tuned in at 2 a.m. like I was supposed to, like I was told to do. And then it was Post Malone. And I was like, what the fuck? Post Malone, get your ass on somewhere. And like, he trended on Twitter for like some hours because everybody was like, yo, where's Beyonce?
Where's Beyonce?
So when I heard Wolves, nigga, first of all, I was like, are you singing, Post Malone? Are you giving me a vocal?
You're giving me a vocal? Yeah, he's talented.
I was like, I really enjoy that song.
He's talented. And I actually, no, go ahead.
Harder Than My Demons is one of my other favorites. Zen the Fuck Out, I love. Even it's just so much. I just really kind of love everything. Yeah, I love the Friday Night Cypher. I'm really happy. Like,
Detroit.
I'm happy for Big Sean. I'm happy that he's having this moment, that he gets to like have this.
He's basically
come back in a sense.
He's catapulting the next generation of Detroit though too. I feel it was very strategic in him like dropping Detroit too, and then all this Detroit music because I told you I've been like going crazy with like all the artists that are coming out of Detroit and they're all really talented. So I'm like, it feels like he's kind of setting up this whole wave. Like they're gonna have like a run for a minute, you know?
Yeah, I think
it's tight.
I'm excited to see it. I like to see it. Speaking of Ty Dolla $ign, we didn't even talk about Hit Different.
Hit different, hit different, hit different, hit different. Hit different.
Listen, I love that song. It's literally such a And I realize it's because of the production. It's because of Pharrell. It's the Neptunes.
It's the Neptunes.
It's the Neptunes. Is why I can listen to that song on a loop and not be bothered. Like, it's just so good. It just feels good. It's a good body rolling song.
Hit different, hit different, tell me about myself. Yeah.
Like, yes, this is somebody else.
Yup.
You know, right. Be up here.
Nah, that song is fire. Shout out to Scissors. Shout out to
be in
Ty
somebody
Dolla $ign.
dance class. I want to learn some choreography
To that. Absolutely.
I think it would just be a lot of fun. But what
speaking of Post Malone though, because you said that or you mentioned him and how you don't really listen to him like that. I came across this song. I don't know where I was, but I Shazammed it because I don't really listen to him either. But this came out last year. It's called "Take What You Want," featuring Ozzy Osbourne. That shit is kind of a bop. I mean, it's not a bop. I don't want to call it a bop because a bop seems soulful to me. It's a definitely like a nod your head. No. Rocking type of take what you want. Nah. It's like he makes druggy music. Which is probably why neither one of us have been so drawn to Post Malone, but he definitely makes like rock star, like, you know, that type of energy, mixed with a little hip hop fusion. And that song though is really good, so you should check that out.
Okay. A Do It remix happened. I've only
hated it.
Okay, so
it was unnecessary.
Let me say, on first listen, I actually fucked with it, or like I listened to it a couple times at night. And I fucked with it, but I have not listened to it since that night. So
I didn't fuck with it at first listen. I was not impressed. I'm like, why did y'all do this?
I just
Mulatto's verse was great.
I loved it for individual parts.
Mulatto's verse was great.
And Chloe and Halle's new parts at the end were great.
I feel like, I mean, I heard it, but I didn't even really, at that point, I was just like underwhelmed. Mm. You know, like I like a remix. I love a remix. I love a remix. I just feel like they did too. They tried to put everywhere, like City Girls on that. Terrible. That made me so that I was just not impressed. I was underwhelmed because I'm like, okay, you get a City Girls verse and a Mulatto's verse and Doja Cat, and then y'all came back with something else on it. Doja Cat was on it. Exactly, but her part was. I liked her part. I liked her part. Yeah. I didn't really like. It was really City Girls for me that I didn't like on the song.
I didn't hate City Girls on the song, because I didn't. I think I like JT's part.
Of course, we love JT, but it's just like that energy for doing it was just like it was forced to me, and I get what they were trying to do, and I think that's tight. But you didn't need Mulatto, and whoever the A&R was, interesting move. Is all I'm gonna say on that.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say it was okay, because when I listened to it, I liked it, but I just haven't felt there's also the other side. But I have not felt compelled to go back and listen to it again. So. But you know, we love Chloe and Halle.
Hated it. Yeah, I do. I like the original. It did a lot on TikTok.
Man, let me tell you something. I just ran that album back.
So good.
Still no skips.
Oh,
actually, well, you know, the one with Sway Lee, I skipped that one.
I love that one. You always talk about you skip it.
Oh yeah, it's just.
Spillage Village is coming out with Spilligion soon. I think on the 25th. I want to say, or the 19th. I can't remember. Might even be the 18th. Child, I don't even know. What is the 18th on Friday? That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, probably on Friday. But they have a song out called Baptized. They already put out End of Days, but they have a song called Baptized, and they put out a little video and shit. It's real cute or whatever. You know, I always support my guys, Jid and Earth Gang and all of them. So y'all should check that out and look out for the album. And I think that's all I really got on Music.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done with that.
Okay. Shows and movies and things.
Man, so I started watching Selling Sunset. On
what platform?
This is on Netflix. Mm-hmm. This is really some trivial white shit. Like sometimes, you know, those shows are like mindless, so I like having them on in the background. So I started, but I also like looking at like real estate, like insanely expensive real estate. So I do pay attention to it for that aspect too. But basically, it's like if you mix a real estate show with Real Housewives.
It's reality?
Yes.
Oh,
it's on Netflix.
Selling Sunset.
Selling Sunset.
What a double entendre. Love it.
But yeah, girls crazy on there. It don't even matter, but them houses be beautiful.
So all the real estate agents are women?
Yeah, so it's like at this this firm or whatever called the Oppenheimer Group, and then all of the agents are women, and then there's 2 twin brothers that run it.
Cute. Reality real estate.
Yeah, because everybody's reality is good for reality TV.
Exactly. I started watching Woke on Hulu.
Ooh.
With my man
Lamorne.
What's his name?
Lamorne
Morris. That's Morris. From New Girl. Yeah, Winston from New Girl. So the show is interesting. It basically accounts him as a cartoonist. He like has this like cartoon called Bread and Butter, and it's basically a minstrel. The title is called Woke, so I was like, where are they going to bring in like the Black aspect or whatever? But he basically realizes how much of a minstrel show he's been creating for himself through this like he's not doing enough through the cartoon. He gets approached early in the first episode by a woman who is like, you can do more, and it's like, nah, like I'm just not every Black person got to be the woke one, right? And without telling you anything else, it just accounts for him like going through that journey, kind of like understanding how to tell his story and to really account for his Blackness. And so yeah, I enjoy it so far because his roommate is hilarious. This white man named, look, I'm still learning the characters. Gunther. His name's Gunther. Blake Anderson. You've seen him on what's that funny show?
Let me see his face.
This guy. He's on that show. It's like the Graduates. What is it called?
I don't know, but he was on an episode of Parks and Rec one time.
He was on Parks and Rec. Workaholics. I was talking about Graduates. Yeah, he was on Workaholics. But anyways, he's funny in the show, and then he has like a fiance where he's kind of like moving out from the space. So it has like a few different storylines in it, and I like it so far. So you guys should watch that. It's on Hulu. I've only watched the first episode. What else?
Girlfrans is on Netflix, y'all.
Hell yeah. Girlfriends. Left to thinking through my girlfriend. Okay. I don't know.
You was gonna do that part. You know, with every part
I was
is
just
good.
hoping I could do that part, but you know,
I'm sorry.
We both got a little overzealous.
I was being unfair. I'm sorry.
Don't be fair now.
I'm gonna get my luggage.
Get it together.
It could be sent to me.
It could actually be sent,
even from inside my own house.
That's so crazy.
But yes, Girlfriends is on Netflix. I'm still in season 1.
It's definitely still in season 1. Yeah. That season is just
people are like zooming through this series, and I'm like, what are y'all are bored?
Yeah.
Like
I like, because it's something that it's one of those shows that definitely can play in the background. So I'll go back and be like, wait, let me watch it, because there's certain things. I now that I'm rewatching shows, I'm not watching it for the same reason. Like now I'm watching like, damn, what did you include in this pilot episode? You know, like I'm looking at it from a different lens, but at the same time, there were a lot of things that they discussed in this show. I'd be like, wait a minute, did Maya just, did Tony
Childs is a
terrible human being. That's why anybody who says that they love Tony or like they are like Tony, I'm like,
and Joan is horrible.
I hate that I got her on the Girlfriends test, but I knew it was gonna be her or Lynn. Like, who else? Who you get on the Girlfriends test?
I got Joan, but I thought it was either gonna be Joan or
Maya, right? Yeah, I feel like mine would be Joan or Lynn, just because Lynn was just all like,
because it's like Joan is what's typically like. I mean, Joan on paper, you know, was like that bitch, like 29, junior partner at a law firm, had her own house in LA.
This was in the 2000s.
You know, she had her little Corolla or her Camry or whatever the fuck, but her fits was on point. Okay.
A good 2000s fit for you.
All right.
I like the fashions on the show.
Listen, the fashions are great. You know,
I like some of the fashions.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it, but now I'm at the point where like Joan is starting to get on my nerves.
Always.
You know, like
her breakaways, like those cutaways. Like I get what they were doing with that, but I remember when I first saw it, how annoyed I was that they kept going back to those cutaways of her, because it just be like, Joan, I don't even really want to hear from you right now. Like, let me just see what the hell gonna happen,
right?
Because you be getting on my nerves.
Yeah, but then also Tony Childs.
Tony Childs is problematic.
So beautiful, gorgeous, funny as hell,
insecure as fuck.
Insecure as fuck, but just also a terrible friend.
Yeah.
Well, you bring my ex as your date to my birthday?
Never. Never.
When I tell y'all, it would be slow singing and flower bringing in that bitch.
First off, I love Southern expressions. I was at my best friend's granddad's 85th birthday party last weekend. I know it's a tongue.
He was hearing some good ones. I know it.
He said, "You about trim as a." He said, "Trim as a bicycle rim" or something like that. I'm like, "You about trim as a bicycle rim? You need to go get you another plate." I'm like, "What type of?" How do you even think of that? Just on the fly, just boom. Like, I know you ain't never said that in your life. It just came out today.
We're
so colorful, so good with words for certain.
Yeah.
Analogies are really good at those.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a Southern black? Who doesn't love a Southern black?
All blacks, but Southern blacks.
No, but specifically Southern. I'm saying when we do the little comparison shit, don't nobody do that the way, except people from Chicago. Which
nobody
is like,
from the South. Well, they basically that's basically the South plopped in the Midwest.
Exactly.
Okay, the way I be saying, Daddy,
anything for real. I be realizing I'm like, damn, we the same humans.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, Girlfriends on Netflix. Yes, I started watching P-Valley. Have you started? I'm almost finished. You know, by the time you watch it, I'll be finished, and we will both be finished at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a great show. I understand why we should have been on it with the people, because it is a really good show. I love, so you know the controversy that's come up about how Michelle, excuse me, was supposed to be casted for Mercedes, which is like one of the main characters or whatever. She could have, but she was getting comparisons because they look alike. Because I said it before I even knew that. I was like, damn, she looked just like. I couldn't put I told Ayana, because Ayana did my braids, and that's how I ended up watching it. She had been watching it, and I was like, damn, she reminded me of somebody. And I told her somebody else, and I can't even think of who that person was. And then later on, I was like, no, it's K. Michelle. She looked just like K. Michelle. Then all the stuff on Twitter came out, and people were like comparing her. So I guess K. Michelle felt the need to get on live and then, just explain how it really hurt her, because, she's constantly being reminded that she didn't get the part, basically. Right. But I'm like, either way, you was going to have to deal with that. Just get off the internet. But neither here nor there. I'm grateful. My point is, I'm grateful they did not use celebrities, because I think Clifford, Uncle Clifford, was supposed to be played by, not RuPaul. What am I thinking? Miss Frida. Big Frida. Yeah, so that originally, but they didn't go the celebrity route. They got actors and people who really, haven't created that name for themselves.
Wow,
so this is so beautiful. And I think the girl who plays Mercedes is a Delta as well. I know K. Michelle's a Delta, but like, I think she's a Delta. So like a lot of, just seeing like Black actresses and actors, though this is like such an interesting story that they're telling, just about that lifestyle. We haven't seen that since Players Club. Players Club. Players Club. We haven't seen no type of show like that, or a show period. And so like,
man, let me get on and watch.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna start
this theme song. Yeah,
I'm gonna start tonight when I come back from class.
Yeah, my sister. Oh, when's your class?
My class starts at 7.
Okay, bet. Yeah, my sister actually my younger sister watches it too, so she was like, "No, you need to watch this show." So I'm like, "Okay, bet, I'm gonna try it out," and it's good. I'm almost finished. It's only 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, they an hour though, but it's only 8 episodes. Yeah. It's on Stars. definitely a great show. I'm happy for them, and I'm sure they tweeted season 2 2022, but I hope it's next year, not 2022. That's so long.
Child, but the way things are backed up, it might. Speaking of delays, Atlanta. Now, to my recollection, season 3 had already been shot and was done. So season 3 and 4 being delayed again due to corona. What happened to everything that was shot?
I don't know, child. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't know. We're getting Game of Thrones for a show that is not. Let me not.
What?
In terms of the weight
in
between,
for a show,
you know,
that's not giving that type of quality.
Exactly.
Got you. Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like,
for sure. Yeah, I really want to see what happens next in Atlanta. I'm really curious to see where they go next with that. I was just thinking,
like, I'm gonna have to. I want to rewatch it, but hell, I know that I might as well just wait and rewatch it right before whenever it comes back on.
Facts. Speaking of Atlanta, the Rich Kids parking lot concert reunion that me and Sister E attended this past weekend was every bit of everything that I needed. Hey. Okay. It was so turned, bruh.
Y'all. I got my life. It was such a good time. It
felt like homecoming.
It felt like, it felt like homecoming. It just,
that tailgate experience.
Yeah, it brought in, but with like high school memories,
middle school
memories.
Just
it was just so Atlanta.
Very. And everybody was minding a business.
Yes, it wasn't no beef.
I saw something on Twitter. The dude was like, I'm sorry. He said everybody was definitely holding, but it wasn't that type of energy. Nobody was on that. But I guarantee you everybody out there was.
Oh, bro. It was probably guns everywhere. It was probably more guns than fucking
T.I.'s closet.
Okay. Child, please. Guns, Jeeps, and Casamigos.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all it was out there. Okay.
And then they cut it off abruptly, though. Yeah. It was like after my pint. I mean, it was nothing else for them to do.
Yeah.
But it just was so abrupt. And then all you see is just the sign. Y'all drive safe.
Right. Y'all come back now.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was wondering why you put that on there.
Because I have a 4:45.
Niggas be busy, bro. We have delayed this so many times because both of our has to be busy. Look, it's okay because guess what?
We wanted, like, we could have like been, her sitting at her mom, at her house around the corner from me, and we could have did this the regular way and not been together. But we really wanted to. You really wanted to be together.
Yeah, this feels like old times.
Yeah, and this really is like our energy, like
naturally
when we're in the same rooms.
Yeah, we're gonna like do this, when we can.
Yeah.
Definitely when you come.
I can't wait to come to LA.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm so excited at this point. I'm just in the mind of like